Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing this look right here, which is a very corally summer nights vibe kind of look. And before we start with the look, I want to take a few minutes from your time, and please bear with me just because I was asked the other day to do a video on my skincare routine, and I said I already have a skincare routine which was filmed, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, 1 year, 2 years? I think 2 years ago, and not much has changed in terms of what I'm putting on my face, you know, like I'm still using the La Roche-Posay products, I'm still using different kind of oils, and that's about it. But in terms of how I'm cleaning my skin, a few things have changed. About 2 weeks ago, I got from Duvolle a device, which is something I'm sure everyone knows nowadays, but for me it's something new. I've never used a device like this. It's really easy to use. This is one head from 4. This is the cleaning head, and it comes in this case, and this large one is for the body. This one is also for the face, but to exfoliate your skin, and this one is of course for your feet. Since I have it, I have such clean skin, I didn't think I wasn't having it. It's so clean that it squeaks, and my makeup looks amazing. I think it looks lots better than before. I'm using mostly this head because it's for cleaning more, and also it does a bit of an exfoliating work, but not very much, which is perfect for me. I have very sensitive skin, and that's the reason why I've never used a device like this. I was scared that it's going to make my skin really red looking and raw looking, and I did have this problem in the past. I was using the wrong kind of exfoliating creams and gels, and it left me with blotchiness and spots, and yeah, it just wasn't pretty. So really recommend it, especially if you have sensitive skin. If you have problems like rosacea and such, you should ask your dermatologist, and I think it costs about $100 in the US, and you can get it, are you ready? For 70% less. Thank you so much, Duvolle, for sending me this. So now let's jump into my actual tutorial. I'm going to show you how I did this look. I like to always start first with the eyes and then gradually move on to my base. So first I'm applying a eye base, which is from Lorac. It's the behind the scenes one. Then I'm quickly setting that with the Rimmel Lasting Finish Powder, and also the brush I'm using here is from Sephora. Now I'm going to apply a liner which is from Maybelline. It's the Liner Fine Expression Kajal in Silver Grey, and I'm doing a longer flick with this, but very thin. I'm also not going all the way into my inner part of the eye. Then I'm grabbing a MAC eyeshadow, which is matte and it's called Suit, and I'm going over that line with this one. So I'm smoking out that liner, but I'm not making it thicker, just the slightest bit. As much as I need to smoke out that line, I'm actually making it longer. I want that very thin, kind of smoked out line that you actually only get when you use eyeshadow. Quite nice and thin and feline looking. Then in my crease, I'm going to use Soft Brown, also from MAC, and it's also a matte eyeshadow. I'm using the same brush from Sephora, and I'm just applying this into my crease area, as I've said, and I'm not too bothered if it goes a bit onto my lids, because I'm going to cover that anyway with another eyeshadow. So then for the eyelids, I'm going to use a wet and dry eyeshadow from Kiko, which is in 219, and I'm applying this with a flat brush. I'm patting this into my skin and I'm applying 2 or 3 layers, and also I did wet my brush because it has more payoff. I'm doing a little bit of a cut crease, like a cheating one, because I didn't use any concealer beforehand, and also I don't want a very defined line. Then I'm going to apply mascara, which is from L'Atelier Maquillage. I'm doing a good coat of this, but I'm going to put full long false lashes on, so it's really not important how many coats of mascara you're putting on. It just doesn't make any difference to the end look. And now for the false lashes, I'm using the Iconic Lights from the House of Lashes. I'm putting them on really quickly. I did curl them before putting them on, as I usually do. And then I'm going to move on to my base. I'm using the La Roche-Posay Hydra Face Intense Cream, and I'm massaging this into my skin really good. And then on top, I'm going to put a BB cream, which is from Missha, the Perfect Cover BB cream, and I'm using 3 shades. I'm mixing them because I don't have one that really matches my skin tone right now, so I'm using the 21, 23 and 27. Each one has different undertones. One is more grey, the other one is more yellow, and the last one is darker, which I need right now because I have a little bit of a tan. I've never used a BB cream with more coverage than this one. This has lots of coverage, but it's on the dewy side, so if you don't like that look, it's not going to be your product. I personally love it, but my complexion is dry, just on the T-zone is not, and there I need to powder a bit more, that's all. So now I'm blending out the Bare Skin concealer from Bare Minerals, which I've applied previously, and then I'm going to set that with a powder, a loose powder from Maybelline, which I love very much, this one, and I am using the same sponge, mini sponge from Real Techniques, to press it into my skin, and this is going to mattify it, and it's going to make my makeup last a lot longer. This is not baking, it's not that technique, it's just loose powder pressed into my skin and not more than I actually need. Then for bronze, I'm taking this one from L'Oreal, and I'm going to apply it where I usually apply it, along my cheekbones, along my hairline and jawline, as well on my nose to contour it. And I usually don't like to use too warm bronzers on my nose. I just find it a bit funny looking, but this one is not, it's more on the neutral side, so I quite like it. As you can see, I'm using to apply it a very big fan brush from Beauty Bay, and then I'm taking from MAC, which is called Sculpt, and I'm just sculpting underneath my cheekbones and nowhere else. And then I'm going to put on a highlighter, the Mary Lou highlighter from The Balm. I still love it, still use it, and I'm applying this with an angled brush from Kiko. Then for blush, I'm taking this one from L'Oreal in the shade 120, and I love so much this shade. It's such a beautiful pink with a sheen through it, and it just gives you a nice healthy glow. I'm applying it with another brush from Beauty Bay, a blusher brush. Then I'm going to tight line with MAC's Black Track, which is the best gel for this job. This doesn't move, it's not going to bleed, especially when you want to put like a flesh colored eyeliner in your waterline. Then for the lips, I'm applying a lip liner from Catrice. I'm not so pleased about this, it's just too dry, it's not opaque enough, it's flaky, I don't really care for it. But on top, I'm going with a lipstick, which is in Pure Zen from MAC. For my brows, to fill them in and to shape them a bit, I'm going to use the Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit, and this is in the shade 5. It's one of my favorites, and I'm guessing that's not gonna change anytime soon. It's going to stay like that for a long time. I hope they are not going to change the formula because it's really good. Oh, and just as a side note, Benefit, where is the dark Hoola bronzer? Because there's the mid-toned one, then the light one, which you bring out later, a lot later, and where's the dark one? But right now I'm applying underneath the eyes the medium brown from MAC as well, and then on the lower lashes I'm applying the Unlimited mascara, which is the blue one, the waterproof one from L'Oreal, and I like it as much as I do my MAC Extended Play one, if that's possible. But yeah, this is really good and it doesn't smudge. So there you have it, a summer nights out look, which is one of my favorites. So guys, I hope you like my look, and also that you're not too mad because I had such a long intro this time. But I mean, It's such a good product, and for the price, it's a bargain. As I've said, it's really worth it. The details are down below, and don't forget to thumbs up this video if you did like it, to subscribe here to my channel if you wish, and also follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook and Vero. I'm gonna catch you in my next tutorial. Bye!